Welcome to Mars.
And you also do music, right?
I do.
Tell
I
us
do.
about how it was getting into music and what led you to that direction.
Well, really, I got into music at the age of 17. I was making music with my guy from Antioch. His name is Sideways. He did a lot of good music. He was actually popping during the time Woody was alive and stuff.
Uh-huh.
They were probably like the two hottest things coming out of Antioch.
Coming out of Antioch. All right. So you started doing music, and what was it that pushed you to do the music?
Shit, honestly, I loved it. Really, the original thing that actually got me started was I remember it was West Side Connection, Bow Down.
Bow down.
Yeah.
You was out here like, man, I can make these motherfuckers bow down.
No, I heard the song and I was like, I want to make music like this because I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
So what I did was I just listened to what the fuck they were saying, and this is before I even tried to bust my first rap. And I wrote down everything that they said, and then I try to flip the script and like make something similar
Right.
to where it had the same cadence or patterns,
Right.
but it was my own type of writing, you
Right.
know, whatever I was saying at the
And
time.
how'd that work out?
Yeah, you know, first time for
Right,
everything.
Right.
I ain't gonna say I made a million off of it.
Hey, I did that to Puff Daddy, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down.
Okay.
Because you remember back in the day when you got the singles, it came with the instrumental.
Yeah.
So I made my little version of that. You did yours, Bow Down.
Yeah,
That's
not
crazy.
pretty much. But I never recorded it. That was my first time writing something and trying to make some, put my thoughts onto paper and being able to apply it to the music. You know, that was my first introduction of trying to do that.
And how did people react to that?
I mean, I never recorded it. That was just for me. That was my introduction. You know, my own personal memory of how I started and what I did in order to try to get into the music.
Hey,
you know?
I mean, that's a classic song. If you're gonna model yourself after one of them, it's good to do a classic like that. You
Absolutely,
know?
Yeah,
I'm sure you would have had fools out here bowing down.
Man.
So when did you start catching some success with the music? When did you start taking it serious, maybe recording and stuff like that?
Okay, so at the age of 17, I ended up catching 2 strikes. Went to CYA, sat there for 5 years, finally got out. I ended up doing a song with, obviously the RIP, the legend Mac Dre. Ended up doing a song with him, and I never really did it for everybody else. It was really just for the people that were on my little block, which is called the Bully in Pittsburgh, West Boulevard, which they changed the name because it was really hot over there.
Right.
Now they call that all tourists. But regardless of the matter, I really did it for all my boys that were on the block because we didn't have nobody.
You wanted a crew anthem.
Yeah, like we wanted something for the hood, you know, like for our block. West Boulevard, the Bully, you know. So we wanted some. I wanted something for us.
And that's the one you did with Mac Dre?
Yeah, I did a song with Mac Dre, and then really I never I never printed it up or pressed it up or anything like that. I did press up some CDs, but it was like 500 copies. You know what I mean? It's basically just for people in the hood or people in Pittsburgh that knew me, selling them hand to hand, like shit like that.
That's what's up.
That was my first introduction to, my first time really being serious about it. And from there, like I said, I never really put it out for everybody. I just put it for the people in Pittsburgh. I want to say a few years, like a couple months, like 6 months after that, he ended up passing away. And I ran into J Diggs because I was running around with Tone Loc and Gold Toes and them. And Tone Loc had me going everywhere with him. So every time he would go, you know, obviously he was Thiz Latin. Every time we ran into the Cuddies from Vallejo and shit, it was always good times, having fun. And then J Diggs ended up getting a hold of my CD, and he called me because I put my number on the CD. And he was like, "Bro, I like that song you did with Mac Dre. Let's do a remix. Let's put it on one of our shits." And I'm like, "Let's go. Come on."
How was that phone call?
I was already introduced to him, so it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's J Diggs. But like at the same time, you know, J Diggs is very credible. You know what I mean?
Like, good knowing that he liked the music.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
Okay.
It was cool as fuck.
Now you said you got locked up, and then ended up in jail. How long were you in jail for? You caught both strikes at the same time?
5 years, yeah.
You caught both strikes at the same time?
2 strikes, 17 years old, 5 years. Really, I was supposed to do 8. I got a little bit Got out a little bit early, but I was still on parole for the full 8 because they weren't gonna let me off.
Right. So going down for 5 years, and then you said after that you came out and did music. Was there something that was going on in your mind inside that made you come, or were you just looking for like some clean money, some legit way, an alternative route, or was it just like fuck it, I'm gonna come out and rap no matter what?
Well, I mean, since I had started writing
Right.
lyrics right before I got locked up, I just kept writing. I just kept penning stuff, and I was just making shit up in my head and making songs. And I was actually locked up with a few cutties from Vallejo. They're from Crestside, and they were like just listening. Like we would always like make songs. I would make a verse, they would make a verse. Next thing you know, we'd put them together and we just listen and have fun.
Right.
And after a while, you know, I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna be getting out soon.
Right.
I'm gonna go fuck around, go to the Crest and fuck with Mac Dre. You know what I mean? That's where that actually originally came from. It's like, all right, I was already locked up with your boys. You know what I mean? They was telling me about this and that, and shit, let me pull up, see what it do. And that's how that took place. You know.
That's what's up.
Welcome to Mars.